Just flooding the car.
Yes, sir.
But you know, you take your phone from me. I don't cross my time. No cross my time. Hey, go back, please. Please go back.
Okay, so we've been giving you updates on this particular Abronye case, and today he was sent to court. Obeka Senano Emao updates. We told you, sir, Abronye was scheduled to reappear in court on the 12th of September 2025, and today happened to be that particular day. But then there's something, as in a share video, no, in Kaina Kano. We are learning that all of these days, that Abronye was in custody, he's refusing to eat. And as he's not eating. In fact, according to MPP, for any Abronye lawyers, they were saying, say, the Iyoko and also National Security, they are just failing to feed Abronye and give him access to food from the family members and friends and close allies and even party members. But the thing is, you see, Abronye all along, it is because he said he's going on an hunger strike. That is according to the lawyer and some of the Ababe Tuja here. And this particular thing, aside from the lawyer and the Ababe Tuja, many sources in the media, I'm talking about CCTV together with other media platforms, more confirm, say yes, indeed, Abronye have not eaten. So if you share the whole screen, so see the Bono regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party, that is Kwame Bafo Abronye, is on a hunger strike in police custody, according to his lawyers, Enoch Afokwa, who says the protest is in response to what the client views as a political persecution. So Abronye said he's not eating because Obilivi said Mahama watching any national security and IGP prosecuting. He believes a witch hunt, and I say a political witch hunt. Now, video there is another developing story about Kofi Akpaloo.
If you look at the charges, these are all misdemeanor. These are charges that are not serious offenses. If you say somebody is publishing fake news with the intent to cause fear and panic, it's a mere misdemeanor. Then you again say that his conduct is offensive conduct and it breaches the peace. These are not serious matters. And I mean, this shouldn't lead to somebody being put in Black Maria. On the contrary, a national officer of the NDC threatened my life, threatened the national organizer's life, threatened the chief whip and other senior members of the party. Threat of death openly. We petition. Unfortunately, because there's a different Ghana for MPP and there's a different Ghana for the NDC, the IGP has not even arrested the said officer. A communication officer of the NDC in Akotia constituency also repeated this said threat, but he has not been arrested. And that is what we see. You see, our friends in the NDC should watch this. Power is like an ice block. When it's given to you, it starts to melt from the very day. If we made mistakes, or if there were some mistakes in the past, which I admit that our government couldn't have been perfect, some mistakes were made. If the same will be repeated, then where are we heading to? And with what is going on, it becomes difficult for you to hold back the extremists and the hardliners in our body politics. Because if today a chief justice is going through a committee hearing and hurriedly, when the hearing is not done, a report is done and she's removed. If today somebody makes himself available for interrogation and suddenly he's remanded, we know what is happening at the Yoko. They will keep you and then now set some very onerous bail terms, making it practically impossible for you to meet the terms. Everybody is watching. I would appeal to governments to stop these excesses. I will appeal to the IGP and the Ghana Police Service to ensure that high-level professionalism is brought to bear. We are all Ghanaians. 2028 is not far away. The New Patriotic Party are here this morning to brief you on the happenings regarding our regional chairman, Abronye. Well, the police invited him on Monday, the 8th of September. He responded to the invitation by the police, went with his lawyers, submitted himself to interrogations. Within an hour of interrogations, he was whisked into NIB custody. The question is, why would the police investigating a matter and has its own police cells decide to send a citizen who is being investigated on a matter which is a misdemeanor into NIB custody? It must be stated that our checks at the NIB confirms that the NIB is not interrogating Abronye, neither are they investigating him. According to the NIB, they are only recipients of the man Abronye. In other words, the police sent him there that they should keep him. That is why they received him. But they are not the ones who are investigating. So the question is, why would Ghana Police Service claim to be investigating a person and rather decide to send him to NIB cells? Is it to punish him or what? Then they kept him the whole of Monday night and Tuesday morning, being the 9th. He was brought to court. When they brought him to court, counsel for Mr. Abronye applied for bail. The police insisted that they still needed him for further investigation. Therefore, they want him to be remanded into lawful custody. Of course, the judge.
The money, mama, TikTok, I did the party, and our person buy. If I ever was in the net, you're very there was the oil in the say. Oh, just over tracing perform with TikTok to the attempt. No more go back prison. Before I ever say, no tears or the ever go down. Yes, up there. Saturday man, I didn't have power. Saturday national position. Ghana fought on my word on the one mama said. How much say Ghana? And then dollar I pay something now. Yes, so much Ghana for your money. And then one say no family. I don't want them to so many. You pay more than 200 times.
Former president who they can tell the young family media for the young family will be a statesman and yes, I will be there for Ghana and can you won't be a Ghana 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 from assemblyman up to president or to be fair Abusinya poor we have tribe say Achim Sakawa yet Ghana Imam for Obianka as of for when I can say by the table of time now they also bring Acadian and Tiachin. But you are not your portrait. I took one of I said I'm not in a pool. I have run your pool. You been making sure say, you been for your Bible. No, you're not say. Exodus 14:14. Who talk about? Uncle be mouth. You been jayasam. Edi my Bible. Yakudia, and your Bible. Message I was my Yankasa. Yalishi Yabaka. Ghana for someone who don't hear. Ghana for someone who don't hear. Yalishi Yabaka. No, my baby sure say. Yadi your Bible. Your Bible by Yakudia. Exodus 14:14. Now say. Who talk about? Uncle be mouth. I get it. And yes, and then mother. And someone you come for your food. And someone you come for another. I didn't whatever I was somebody.
So that is it. As you can see, many people stormed the court. Almost someone say Abronye. Adentia Abronye. So we did do be atema. Government doesn't have the authority, and our IGP doesn't have the moral right to arrest Abronye. As and Semna Echoson, you could clearly see, sir, it is a very, very big issue on social media and Obia Ekanwase. Once again, we are live right here on this particular platform. We'll be going live for the next hour and a half. So, we'll join here, you say our comment and brag. because clearly in some neighbor boss no be brave pa year started from Abronye. Sen you started from Abronye it is evidence say Abronye or stormy courts a whole lot of things basically have happened. So in some courts no they be brave, but then Abronye have been denied bail. Minoka say the news are ever in Empire Abronye have been denied bail, but you could see some people really stop there. Now quickly and call back to Kofi Akpaloo, the LPG presidential candidate. We gave you an update on this particular platform. Say Kofi Akpaloo was arrested. Now, the bonding according to prosecutors and the national security, they say, in such a contract, our contracts, it cause financial loss to the state, and even aside from sad contract, other charges like money laundering, any similar wakokekano. Sani many na e was a Kofi Akpaloo, omo a trene ebra na obe assisting investigation. Now, initially, the bill was set at a year 10 million Ghana cedis, and subsequently the NDC phobi ekujine mu ekase yentiso ene yetis about 3.5 million Ghana cedis. But ne no kasano information na abeka and say sia airpire se Kofi Akpaloo finally with me meeting the bill. Na Kofi Akpaloo put in asem ye mobo we nya dom amana amama stormy ho amama stormy Yoko premises and omoyama won to me any Abronye no there be. What really happened was so small. So what really happened was that on one kasan the Odembe 2 weeks, but then any information about a party said this particular man have been released. Now he released it, don't know, or no kasa the same bit to join video whereby a bit to us.
Nsawam, will you say something small to you?
One idea.
You should say something to your audience to be worried. Your followers have been worried about you.
Yes, let them be worried.
Won't you say anything to them?
No, please.
You say anything.
No.
You just say
Please.
but I hope the process was smooth for you.
Fantastic. Okay. There's nothing wrong.
Hey, yes, you can be chairman. Almost then or could do Ben over the apple.
Oh, almost some investigation. But as you know, politics here. Because as one with a kind, no, original somebody here. Right.
Mr. Akpaloo was cautioned on three offenses. He's being investigated on 3 offenses: defrauding by false pretense, forgery, and money laundering. And he has been granted bail to the sum of 10 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties to be justified. And certainly today we have met the conditions of the bill, and his liberty has been fully restored. So that is what happened.
How many days did he spend in there?
Yeah, he was arrested on the 3rd of September and released today. So almost 9 days today. 9 days today.
So after here, what's next? Is he going to come back? He's supposed to come back every week, every 2 weeks, or what's the process?
Yeah, certainly, once you are on bail and investigations have not been completed, it's an ongoing investigation. So he will be reporting as and when he has been asked to report, and then as and when that he is needed for further interrogations and the likes, we will appear to continue with the process and make sure that the process ends.
I mean, I've heard people say those people who've been here before, their lawyers say when their clients come here, they are treated well. How was the treatment for Akpaloo as well?
Oh, I must say we are grateful to the Economic and Organized Crimes Office led by Mr. Rimonacha and his team. They are indeed professionals. They have treated and handled us well. The only challenge that we're having was the onerous bail condition that was placed on him, which kept him in custody for a long time. And that he was granted bail at exactly 3:30 p.m. on last Friday. That was on the 5th that he was granted bail. But because of the conditions, we were fishing and trying to get sureties to stand in for him because of the sum that were placed. And certainly, we've met the conditions today. But indeed, the officers of Yoko are professionals. They have really done well. They are serving their states. And this work, someone must do it. And they are doing it, and they are doing it well. They have not done anything contrary that I will see. That they have gone contrary to any procedure or anything. Except to say that the Constitution and Article 14.3 states that when a person is arrested, restricted, or detained, and he is not released on bail, he ought to be presented before court within 48 hours. So that is where there should be some pronouncement on whether or not when a law enforcement agency like Yoko grants you police inquiry bail, and you are unable to meet, they can keep you beyond the stipulated 48-hour threshold that the Constitution has stipulated in Article 14.3. So that is basically what we are looking at. But until such pronouncements are made, then that is the only lingering aspect of the whole process that Mr. Akpaloo, my client, was taken through as far as the issue with Yoko is concerned. But we believe that the law will take its own course, will follow the process judiciously, and make sure that the innocence of our client, as established under Article 19(2)(c), is established. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what Kofi Akpaloo, lawyer, and as a counsel, and someone with the two job, basically, they were saying, so finally, he has been released. Now, there are questions as to what really went on, and I said, DNA caused this particular arrest of Kofi Akpaloo. Now, yebo video ni realize reporter no ebra obisa Kofi Akpaloo, so what brought you here no okase nyema ya mkoken ya another things apparently I said these political statements. So on Kofi Akpaloo no, if he's saying say based on the meeting with Yoko chini action or not is because of a political statement. The big question is political statement ben enoko make ya edna ko to sa ahuyehim and information eba say ebra a helicopter crash ni see ya AIDS government officials or muyen Kofi Akpaloo kotena won to me eko kan sembi ana a radio station ko kan sembi say eye koko fo kwan ya mama edi koko ekuafo e fa so no eno ne Nyankopon etua omoka because also hu say helicopter crash no eko crash e wo koko fuom. If it indeed crashed at Koku Fum dia, then it's a signal say Mahama the we are all treating Ekuafo no and no any this or how any money any payback ever abine so. Now clearly if that is the whole thing of what can a trigger all of this then perhaps NDC force or Mankasa de or Mumbichim. But regardless, more share the video, the purported video at the same way in Aba share the video of what Kofi Akpaloo Ekokaya apparently at this same way in people are saying say the cover by chini and cover by same way or kind of share particular video where back the full force ever to us because we have a crucial update coming up right here on this particular platform.
What are you? Oh, maybe I said it was here. Oh, because here it's Eva. It's Cocoa Fum. Cocoa Fum. Cocoa Fum. Cocoa Fum. Cocoa Fum. No, my dad, woman. Ah, oh, maybe I don't see. You're the caca, you're the caca. That's say, it's Cocoa Fum now. Must see Cocoa Fum. Or Chantro, Cocoa Fum. So, Boku Fadu.
Kofi, it's what also the politics.
The politics. Make us some nabisi as so. As some say, as some
it's all the conspiritual realms.
May we some channel BBC Yamina Menesi. Tinakupon, or the catch you say a candle. Nakupon so a corner by health minister. And now, or master like a crabby tone or crown on any Russian dinner Belkumasi. Till God was telling so by your health minister now. Sir, all the health projects in Iran, continue them. Because it's necessary. Keke, what can you cook for the say? Obama 7,000 Obama. Now I feel the cook for the money near also. You do 128 cities at the Comsicam. Now they're here. Now play a dimpany for best and watch it. A cock will cook from a cookum. Shanaka say, Keke, don't take things for granted. God is reminding you, don't lie to them again. In their politics, I'm telling you as it is, you lie to them. I'm from Kotwaba, Emma, Mahama Bayeno. These were some of the lies they gave them about the plane. They lied on the plane, they lied on the cocoa farm. Intino, sir, and one coupon so, a diabom so, Mudia Mufanka. Where the next remembrance. It's way that be a
Kofi, I'm struggling to understand
now,
what's being here.
So just is all to my say, me on the other to my sene because it's
So yeah, that was a year Kofi Akpaloo, and people believe on Kasano, a bro Pia or Monene Kasano. Net is OGD say in same way no kokan ya perhaps no edisa trouble we eba ya. Apparently no NDC for abefano. But according to him, ne enye say bia say ne ye kano contract be wakwaye and say be causing any financial loss to the state. It is just simply because wakan sema the government feels saying some wakano a idea and favorable a idea it doesn't speak well for them, and as it goes against the sitting government. So that is Kofi Akpaloo for you and also in some of the ababe to definitely there are many calls and also there are many concerns as to what the illegality of what a NDC for here, what they are doing. Is this something Sebio, is it a good cause, and as a more year as a payback to? These are many questions and Kofi the AB side is clearly no in Sembi Brie the ever home. So that is the whole issue about Kofi Akpaloo. So we can catch or no. We have quite a number of updates today, so you need to stick and stay with us as this updates we bro, because definitely there are a lot of things I was here right here on this particular platform, Pinaxtv. You could also drop in your comment share on this particular issues and some say no. Let us know what you think on all of these particular cases are air trend right here on this particular platform, Pinaxtv. Now, moving on, this is Kwame back for Abronye. It is so sad, but then now in all of these things are amount for A say, where is the New Patriotic Party? Definitely what you see on the screens said the New Patriotic Party, the party members kwano pay me who coming who abroad me who afenyo markets me who Chairman Buga me who Kofi Akpaloo MPP chairman a lot Nana B Kofi Akpaloo they went to show solidarity and also affirm Abronye the party is solidly behind it. Now, not to also talk about the massive MPP party faithfuls in Burma who stormed there to say that they are with Abronye through thick and thin. But then the big question is in some way who is the lawyer? And then what is Akufo-Addo's deal in all of this? A whole information about to just see Akufo-Addo's deal in all of this is so simple. The former Attorney General, who happens to be Godfrey Dame, the former Attorney General's name, who happened to be Godfrey Dame, that former Attorney General, who served under Akufo-Addo, who among we all knew Godfrey Dame is related to Akufo-Addo personally, or known as Siano, or yet the lead counsel and the lawyer O.D. Ejinemu Ama Abronye. Now the funny thing is he stormed there. Ebra or storming the premises, he also had certain things to say. Say, on Abronye Kasa, they are doing everything possible to actually get him out of bail. Akufo-Addo have been made aware of this matter. So clearly you could see the New Patriotic Party, the party faithfuls, the leadership of the party, whatever that they are doing and as whatever is going on, they want to send a message out there that they are definitely with Abronye. You can share this particular video involved.
Earlier on, we saw that Abronye was brought here. He's due to reappear in court tomorrow, but basically, what was your mission here today?
Well, I think just to see him solidarize with him. As you all know, I come from the Bono region, so essentially he's my chairman, the chairman of the region that I hail from and all that. And I think that I very much deplore the manner in which the whole criminal system has been manipulated to attack political opponents of this administration. That is what, for me, is very reprehensible. And I looked at the whole process, and I gathered that his lawyers were actually denied access to him after court. So quite seriously, since Tuesday, his lawyers have not been able to have access to him. So yesterday I requested to meet him, and graciously the PCID brought him here today to meet me. I think that I must express gratitude to the British authorities for doing that. But indeed, the most important point is that they had earlier on denied access to his lawyers and all. So Abronye, I did not intend to take over the matter, as has been widely reported and all that. But I think I just came to show solidarity with him and to ensure that all processes are going on and all that. But I must once again express the strongest reservations about the manner in which this administration is manipulating and utilizing the criminal justice system to intimidate and harass political opponents. That clearly is the lowest we can get to as a nation. It is very much inconsistent with the democratic tenets of the nation and all. We have seen it many times, yes, and it is a stark contrast to the era we just preceded in this administration. I was Attorney General. I'm sure definitely one Attorney General who has been vilified unjustifiably, as we all know, a lot of lies on truth told about me. I never utilized the criminal system to attack or even to arrest any opponent at all. So I don't know what is going on. I just clearly I shudder to think of the human rights record of this administration. Already we have seen quite a lot. Grave abuses of human rights, pre-trial processes which are abused, and unlawful arrest. So it is actually operating this way. Whenever they think you are saying something that they consider to be unsavory or that they consider to be offensive to themselves, then they quickly arrest you. And after the arrest, they band you before court on some trumped up charge and all that. And definitely don't see, they definitely don't see the conclusion of the matter. So the manner in which pre-trial processes are being abused and utilized to attack, intimidate, and harass political opponents of this administration. We've never seen any of this kind before. It's unprecedented, and that is very deplorable. And I'm surprised that you, the media, also look on unconcerned while all these things go on. All right, so that's from here, and I hope that this is. And while they do that, all the.
So yeah, that is exactly what a Godfred Dame in someone the two jar patches. All of these political persecution yeah against Abronye, no. There are lots of questions and there are a lot of things people are asking a lot of questions, and he believes that at the end of the day, they will follow the due process, and what has to be done will be done. So what will be done, whatever will be done, will be done. So that is it. I just said, no, say, the issue about Abronye, still now he's in police custody. So let's give you a few updates about Abronye's case currently. We are not just a young court a year. The latest in terms of other issues are air course, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of things are air course. So at the end of the day, we need to look at all of these issues are air course. So at the end of the day, what is really happening with Abronye? What is the update happening with Abronye? And then Abronye could pay more courts. What we learned was that the court also refused him bail again. Now, according to the courts, the entire they refused him bail was that they still needed time to actually do investigation. And then now watch that is and then now watch talking about today's week. That is the 19th of September 2025, and Abronye again is scheduled to appear in court. So still, Abronye will be in court from now till next week Friday. I'm for believe by next week Friday, all the necessary investigations are air course in regards with the prosecutors, whatever they are doing, perhaps at the end of the day, they'll be able to finish with the whole prosecution. They'll be able to get all their facts and make sure that BBI should be in terms of the whole investigative process, what should be done, and as a charges here, Abronye, at the end of the day, I think by next week Friday, they hopefully, at the end of the day, they can get all the necessary details at air course. So that is in regards with Abronye. The issue at air course is here. Simple. People are asking, say the bonnet according to the Ghana police, it's so simple. The bonnet is Abronye's actions, and maybe in the past, it has caused fear and panic, and also it is disturbing the public peace. So that is exactly what is really going on. I just say clearly, there are a whole lot of people who are reacting to this, and today, especially, one of the things that we can see is that the Ghana police is actually on heels to make sure so at the end of the day, say justice and now whatever ever they'll be able to get it. So that is the issue at ECOSO currently. We are looking at this definitely with something serious, and also with an eagle eye. I will be giving you more updates on this issue.
Just probably the car. Yes, sir.
Go back, please. Please go back.
If you look at the charges, these are all misdemeanor. These are charges that are not serious offenses. If you say somebody is publishing fake news with the intent to cause fear and panic, it's a mere misdemeanor. Then you again say that his conduct is offensive conduct and it breaches the peace. These are not serious matters. And I mean, this shouldn't lead to somebody being put in Black Maria. On the contrary, a national officer of the NDC threatened my life, threatened the national organizer's life, threatened the chief whip and other senior members of the party. Threat of death openly. We petition. Unfortunately, because there's a different Ghana for MPP and there's a different Ghana for the NDC, the IGP has not even arrested the said officer. A communication officer of the NDC in Akotia constituency also repeated this said threat, but he has not been arrested, and that is what we see. You see, our friends in the NDC should watch this. Power is like an ice block. When it's given to you, it starts to melt from the very day. If we made mistakes, or if there were some mistakes in the past, which I admit that our government couldn't have been perfect, some mistakes were made. If the same will be repeated, then where are we heading to? And with what is going on, it becomes difficult for you to hold back the extremists and the hardliners in our body politics. Because if today a Chief Justice is going through a committee hearing and hurriedly, when the hearing is not done, a report is done and she's removed. If today somebody makes himself available for interrogation and suddenly he's remanded, we know what is happening at the Yoko. They will keep you and then now set some very onerous bail terms, making it practically impossible for you to meet the terms. Everybody is watching. I would appeal to governments to stop these excesses. I will appeal to the IGP and the Ghana Police Service to ensure that high-level professionalism is brought to bear. We are all Ghanaians. 2020.
Okay, so let's move on because Abronye Semno, we now have the full details of it. Moving on, no, Papaya only picture and then the video should go on the screen. So, Chairman Azorka. Now, this particular confrontation went on way back at Akwitia during the Akwitia by-elections at NDC for Kunim. If you watch this video closely, confrontation occurs between the two men, and the police were even trying to stop them. But ultimately, you saw that Chairman Azorka, or the NDC side, or not share a year Muslim for a year the Anyan white one. Ultimately, no, Opia and answer Obo a Chairman Buka, and the boys Nikra went further ahead to intimidate on us, abuse or beat a Chairman Buka, whichever way you put it. That they've been caused to arrest a Chairman Azorka and answer Azorka and then in Crawford because the question was a ban is in a BBC Ekoso Yenche Nipana or ye instigator no, and Obia Waka ne hunsem. Abronye beka sensem we course so say adna IGP wonye bibia fa ade we ho yakwache abronye ne nipa no di sa abo nipa no to ne nsa no yanye ne hwe so the oye ye wa ha say no eno ene cause all of this particular things but now we are learning say as at this particular time, I'm in Okasano, because of the pressure, this particular Azorka have been arrested. So let's put it here. As you can see, police arrest Alhaji Sufu Azorka over alleged assault on Alhaji Masawudu at Akwitia by-election released, Akwitia by-election, and he was released on bail to face court September 16. So we are learning, say, Alhaji Sufu Azorka confrontation now have with Alhaji Masawudu no yakche. So after all the back and forth, all the whole issues are no, he has been arrested. Chairman Alhaji Sufu Azorka have been arrested. Among for a party, it is a good thing. But then also I say why you realize that even though he was arrested today, he was also given bail today. And the police is saying, he is scheduled to appear in court next week, Tuesday, that's the 16th of September, 2025. Also, there are calls as to how he was arrested. We are learning, that Akwitia police actually sent a delegation, and as they sent a distress call to the northern region, baby a Obezi, a honomoche, edene tumu, edene court, and man the bill. So it's not like he was in Akwitia, but regardless, no, they are basically some reactions about this issue on social media, and then ekwaye eda Abronye courts no. Let's just say there have been reactions. Minuka say a lot of people have been asking these MPP bigwigs, say, what do you make about Azorka ni bail conditions and niama abano? And also no, there were screenshots. This particular screenshots no, a press release if the police were or more patches say yes, they are indeed confirmed. Said this particular man was indeed arrested. Now, if I could see in Sema MPP4 Ebi Edia Tuja in reaction to this, especially Nipana or the center of all of these issues, I just say same way of course so at the end of the day. On one case, meet Marcus or Kofa by chairman Buga MPP chairman Buga and also Ababe Kasa about this particular issue, and then he has also reacted to this particular issue. At the end of the day, he's giving his two takes. Something needs to be done about this particular issue. Fine. At the end of the day, in some no course, so but then they are expecting say justice should be prevailed. And the question is, Abani said now, chairman Azorka. It's me billion that particular same day. So these are all things are air course. So the video is loaded now very soon. I would see in some Alhaji Masawudu or the Tuja in reaction to this particular issue, because there are definitely people who are calling say something needs to be done about this issue, especially looking at the fact say bra in 70 police didn't take any immediate action. And also, mind you, there are videos on social media, this particular videos on social media, no, at a point in time, Chairman Azorka said, in same way, our question, what does he think about it? And then he went on to say, a rich hands. Yes, a rich hands. Because Bibia answered down course. You could see somebody to Jeba who see Alhaji Masawudu and also the reaction to this.
Parliament, minority leader, he know the law, and he slapped a security officer on duty. They didn't invite him. Civilians slap each other and were inviting them. It's nonsense. It didn't make sense. Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, that was a chairman Azorka, Alhaji Azorka, in reaction to this. Now I'm going to say in some way, there's been a straight reaction which came from the camp of the New Patriotic Party, because the man in question who was assaulted he's reacting firsthand to all of this issue, and then he definitely had some words because according to him, it took pressure for the new National Democratic Congress to arrest this particular man. Now, the shocking thing is that particular same day now, so your money bill on that particular same day, which is something that I very, very shocking. On one case, how he even put this because definitely Nanabi so Ababe Kasa on this particular issue. You could see that there is a lot of things air course in regards to all of this.
So they told me and assured me at that Friday that by Monday they will arrest Azorka. So by Monday I called the investigator and he said that they have called him. They have summoned him. They called him for interrogation, but still now they did not get him. But they are on process of what to arrange. If he didn't come himself, that is what the policeman told me. If Azorka did not willingly come himself at the distant police station, they will order for his arrest. So this morning, one of the Chebi police, the investigator, there are 3 of them. One of the investigators called me and asked me whether or not I'm in Accra or wherever I am. And I told him that I'm in Accra. And he told me, for now, they have arrested Azorka. That is what he told me, that Azorka has been arrested. And to me, everybody know how NDC, how trick they are. They are confident trickers. They can trick people just simple because they fall foul. Ghanaians began to see the injustice of John Mahama, the unconstitutional way of arresting people of John Dramani Mahama. So this is one of their tricks that they want to put it out there so that it will look like Azorka, they are doing something. But Mr. IGP, you can't be smarter than the Ghanaians. If you forgot, let me remind you that it is the good people of Ghana, the taxpayers' money that we used to pay you, is that still the same taxpayers' money we used to pay John Dramani Mahama. So,
this is very, very unfortunate. He's been remanded to police custody again for another 1 week. In fact, I am surprised that a misdemeanor could attract such high-handedness. The approach is bad. It's just abuse of his rights. You saw almost about 100 policemen fully armed to the teeth. Is he a terrorist? Has he committed treason? Is he a treasonable offense? Look, even when we were in court, we saw of a news item where Sofu Azorka, who has actually threatened to kill the minority leader, he was arrested, granted bail the same day, and he's been directed to appear before the court on the 12th of September or so. In fact, we even have the constituency communications officer for the NDC in Ebuakwanov, who openly said that they are looking for my good self, Honorable Anodompre, and the minority leader to kill, and that they are after us. The video is viral. In fact, the new Patriotic Party officially petitioned the IGP, signed by the General Secretary. As we speak, we have not even received any official correspondence from the police. This is somebody who says that he's going to kill Honorable Afenyomaken, Honorable Anodompre, and my good self. And the person is still walking free. And we have somebody who's been slapped with charges which are misdemeanor, and then the person is being treated as if he's a hardened criminal. Very unfortunate. Very, very. It looks like this unfair application of the law, the bias is becoming too much. We are going to rise up against this unfortunate treatment. It looks like state institutions being weaponized to humiliate the new Patriotic Party.
What's the explanation offered for the extension of his detention?
The police says that they need more time for investigation, that is all. Meanwhile, in their own charge sheets, they had stated that they have completed their forensics. The police is unprepared, so the fact that they are unprepared means that he should be kept in police custody for another 1 week. Very unfair. That is just the reason. Very, very unfair. So in the same vein, then you have Sofu Azorka, who has been granted bail and he's been told to appear before court on the 12th of September. So very, very unfair. We are of the view that state institutions are being weaponized unfairly, unduly, against due process to harass members of the new Patriotic Party. And we are going to rise against this.
So the minority leader earlier mentioned that he's being kept at the
So yeah, that was the issue I echo so in regards with a year in Sema Sisiano, the big issue about a year if Chairman Azorka will be charged or not. We are learning, says Aminoka say the information Eba Miamitima confirming he's been arrested. Chairman Azorka has been arrested, and he has been given bail. He's scheduled to reappear in court on the 12th of a year, the 16th of September 2025. So that is exactly what is really going on in the camp of a year in Chairman Azorka and Alhaji Masawudu. Clearly, there are big issues. I was a koso. And I said, accept. Now, you're moving on straight to this particular issue. The New Patriotic Party is taking their fight with the National Democratic Congress to the international level. I didn't make us and that's sorry. There is a video of MPP leadership. I'm talking about the minority in parliament led by Afenyo Markins together with other people and other party leaders. They basically met the foreign minister of the United Kingdom. And then this particular time, I was Afenyo Markins and co. Ombe Ghana, if anything, near a bit my security apparatus, any sika, near no. Afenyo Markins and his gang decided to report His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to the UK government. Now, there's a video to that effect, because in fact, when I saw the video, there were a lot of reactions, and I said, has it really got to this? Has it really got to this point? In some way, all of these things are echoes. We can't even now sell our country. I say, Bruni, everybody you crew need and you will say a report. Which are very, very, very sad. Now we are learning say this whole particular year in Shemudi Ekoso as part of a year one-on-one discussions are Ekoso between the Ghana and also foreign countries like the UK. For them to actually assess what is going on in this country in terms of democracy, but then according to what we are going to watch, you realize MPP for a believe say Mohammed's government or just Chiobia, he's fighting people, he's arresting people, and Afenyo Markins at time and also the tongue Ghana for any Ghana parliament, he did a massive report to the UK as to whether the UK will try to hold a government accountable. Some best sanction John Dramani Mahama, and as some response we don't really know. And as some drop the index of Ghana's freedom on the international stage, we don't really know. You can share this particular video for really went down nearby. But
we in the minority are not satisfied or happy with how the Chief Justice was recently removed. We see it as more of politics than really ensuring that there is some accountability. Of course, once we've been in office for 8 years, we expect that the new government coming in with its reset policy may want to investigate and all is part of the politics, the democratic accountability. They must. But we also expect that the law will be applied in a humane way. So for instance, if you are investigating someone, you ask the person to report, and he reports. You don't just handcuff the person when he has voluntarily come to you for investigation, and then you say, I have put a bail bond of, say, 50,000 on you, look for property before I release you. These are some of the challenges that we believe we can improve upon. Because for the past 30 years, it's become clear that both parties have had the chance to govern. I am a moderate politician. I believe that the excesses where the hardliners take the center and dictate the pace when a government comes into office must be a thing of the past. I must admit that some of these excesses are happening in my time. In our time, our 8 years in office, some did happen. But we cannot continue with a vicious cycle of you do me, I do you. There are key governance issues that I believe as a democracy we can focus on to improve.
Now, Afenyo Markins is saying, Mahama buying our ban, Nema Bibri Koswa, and a chinkrophonia. For contest, and for into screen so. Afenyo Markins had denounced the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, describing it as a political action or witch hunt. He also condemned the current regime of bail conditions during a visit by the UK Minister for International Development to the Speaker of Parliament. So you could see clearly say This particular meeting that Afenyo Martins and co had, no, with the UK government, no, they were reporting John Dramani Mahama as to whether the UK government will take action on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We don't know. As to whether the UK government will say, so okay, because of Niamana Air Koso, we are going to withhold crucial loans, we are going to withhold crucial amenities, and as we are going to ban the country from the president from UK, a whole lot of UK can take necessary steps against it. So we don't know the motive of Afenyo Martins in this particular year. Now, OT some Afenyo Martins say, Afenyo Martins say, oh, believe he said, Nema Bibra air cost no to him no a tit for tat. I didn't know Kasa, I do you, I do me, you do me, I do you. So the question is, if MPP people realize, say, Charlotte or say they removed her because of you do me, I do you are. Chief Justice get you talk on you. Why are you complaining? Say the aye onyonko dia na de yawa enye. That is selective stupidity. We Jimmy adreno enye ejuma. What must say? You can't say that. You have to move past it. You need to move past it. Until the only time who as a government, who as a politician, who as a party, you can make a difference is that more bar because see Mahama appointed a chief justice. In Mahama's time, the MPP chief justice no omuyi no. MPP appointed chief justice omuyin. Beya bano NDC appointed chief justice you know. So use your own case to set a precedent. And no sa kasabe see. We had the opportunity to take these routes or path. We refused to take it because of democracy. And they came and they are taking this one. I know some arguments na yet there. But then why me be? It's like about fraud company chain papa da me bo kwa me asum na me to ade bo no me wo ho na kwa me so be to ade bo me da bone mame. You are crazy. It doesn't work that way. It is an eye for an eye. That is how it works in this world. Sa nyema na wo Bible nim so bi bo asuma da the other side man, it doesn't work. Uma obi ya ono so be ma o uma na slap straight ono so be ma obo obi asu miensa ono so be ma the same as utro miensa no. That is how it should work. But now the MPP government, the MPP administration, running to the UK government, so Musho, Papa be a friend of Mahama, Musha the Oye Mino, or yes. Personally, I don't know exactly what all of these things will do. Personally, I don't know what this particular thing will do. I don't know how this information is going to benefit the UK government and even Ghana. And I see an Ukro na Uton Ukro no. You are selling your own country to the white people. Someone share. Mahama na more reporting on my UK government. What is your motive? Is here no dear na mope. Well, it is a very, very, very sad thing. So that is one of the many issues that also, especially on social media. Definitely, there are questions that also, and people want to know a whole lot of details into it. Because currently you could see that the MPP is saying, I don't know what is wrong with them, but then they are saying, Mahama, they've gone about reporting Mahama to every person that they can find. And I personally am concerned about how Mahama is going to look on the world stage. Because you see, Ghana, we need certain things. At the end of the day, these basic things, a bit to me, it be a loans, it be a grant. It is here, start here. Tonton, complaining about sitting president here, I don't know the way forward. Meaning the way forward. I don't know how it is going. This particular thing is going to impact President John Dramani Mahama. We all live to see. Send an NPP forecast 8 years is around the corner. No, say 8 years. No, and now 4 years. No, what would they also do? Would it be I do you, you do me, I do you, or what? Ekroma say, yet you be a chick Captain Smart, afedi Captain Smart, crab you man, not any news. And then the New Patriotic Party here is actually complaining about God knows what. So that is the big issue at ECOSO currently. Alright, therefore, you be consent for so. Now, you consent for so ni the MPP camp. So, what is really happening within the MPP party? Yesterday, in Japan, ekwa probobium. Na sa probo no kwa no basically no, he was campaigning. But then in Japan no, if people thought say campaign now all no in seminar year, then please read my lips. He's rather amplified his message. And I said, or Ken Sema, I don't know what to say, but Bitmark I said this particular Sema or Canon. It is directed directly about me and the cohort. Now, in Sembena, in Japan, Eddie Ababe to just here. In Sema in Japan, the Ababe to is simple. According to him, no, just recently, Obi Epeche industry be na a figana. Sa industry na a figana no. Industry be at the end of the day, no, or believes this industry is going to create jobs. Into more pitches our idea, no say, nipa na owo krum o Lebanese ni sisi an o fi krum ha say no. I was some maybe be found or so kwakoshe. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining me, no, I mean breaking the whole news to you currently. Kenny Japan, who is currently on tour, the campaign tour, or the Simbia Babe Tuja, and some of the Babe Tuja, no, people believe that this particular in some of the Babe Tuja is directed towards His Excellency, towards the former Vice President Baumia Oneneyere and also Edubwine. Now, this message came as a shock because Ken Epache said, you see, in Kofutimi sorry kaso or a businessman na onti brofo or a businessman na oni etiquette or nyeshi what den pa na ken Japan ye or the sika no sebiu on the show on the bush na ken Japan e party said no, it is not so because obinya ni sika eno di sika koto dan sa obi no we are learning say it is Samira Baumia once maybe a trim Samira Baumia send it back $10 million near the day, and if you be a war, a friend is saying easily gone. Or to ton sa send ye fee Sufi Makati Hill, any Ablikuma bar, a stores near the idea who in your door na any day, or form the qua or any near baby. And I can air party say, or munye scan on the cotton sass, but no ye scan or the being Juma. And in some kind, in parts and be more air parties say, do boy so dear a womb. You can share this particular video of what's can in some of the to your bar, a better also.
Sir. Plastic bottles, see. My name is to show video no chira plastic bottles we Indian company be. Papa nisi wanya 90 years. Wabre oko enti me nyonku bi na se me mianko hwe se metwa na me nim ene ekoi na ekoi no bi ju ona me hwe plant ni inside Ghana for a titi home. Now we hear Jumana. I was so impressed. And under normal circumstances, can make me aye feasibility studies, research, investigation, by 3 months and son mechanica. But I'm sure send your Ghana for no at ho a year Juma. Because you woman no, sa bottle way and your certificate. Ghana for Enco school. Machine here, no more so packy. Yam paying for and Jamaica for certificate in your town. The show ya papa and I'm saying, Matro, Matriaka. Which are $3,250,000. $3,250,000, no, a far workers. Ghana for year 345. And India for maintaining machines and so a year 15. Now make case yourself so make come on bring up baby. Media man fan ko to asasi wa cantonments. Who to asasi wa cantonments and 1 acre. A $3 million. Who to now the two? How many workers now created? How many workers are now created? Maybe the $3,250,000. I created employment for 345 Ghanaians. Now, Obi didn't be a koto asasi. No, asaba asasi way media. Asasi way media. As Abraham Asam Sabe. The biggest challenge I war ever Ghana unemployment. Your branch
That was a Yekine Japan Semoni Tuja. So the big question is, why Ninya Sika Ekoto Asase Ewo East Legon? Why Ninya Sika Koto Asase Ewo cantonments $3 million? And let's even look at it this way. Almost salary So these are various questions among for a party. We need to start investigating though. Because if this dig is directly aimed towards a year former first, second lady Samira, then I was a question. I was a question near Bisa and was okay, how did we even get here as a people? Omunye scanner where did they get the money from? That is the question that we need to be asking right now. Where did they get the money from? If it is about Edubuahin to Ewosi Ebisa, Edubuahin scan onye fi himfa. These are the big questions at Ewosi Ebisa. If Ken has anything to say, he needs to let the good people of Ghana know exactly where we are heading. The details of this particular thing are Ekoso. People want to know. Is this Samira Baumia? Who is it? Who was John Dramani Mahama? Who was Ekene Japan talking about? These are questions at the end of the day, Rebecca said it needs to be answered. These are questions Rebecca said it needs to be answered. And all hands and fingers are pointing towards President John Dramani Mahama to do something. To do something. If possible, I didn't know invite Ekene Japan. Now no can see be in some now can be trim. The last time you were saying something, what you said, Branebe Chemu, when the years got $3 million, got ton sase or cantonment, is it Samira, is it Baumia, is it Edubuahin, is it Abronye? Who is that person? Is it Akufuado? Perhaps King Japan can do Ghana good, and at the end of the day, see Sikibia or Kankufubi Sema, who did not genuinely work for it. Ghana, we can take our money. Ghana, a bit my eteki sika. We can take our money. So that is exactly one of the biggest on social media, people believe that this day is aimed directly towards Samira Baumia. Juma Ben second ladies, we know the second ladies, they are not on salary payroll. If second ladies are not on salary payroll, onyesikane wehe, mamele Samira Baumia, onyesikane wehe fa. If it's not Samira Baumia, na Edubuahin so Edubuahin, any yenfa we anchor the archive of evidence. I be used against him in courts. Yes. Yes. In same way and in same course. So clearly, you could see clearly say, mean to me cast away a misconception, but then there are issues. I was said you deal with on this particular issue. Yes, I'm going to take in Japan view, you better also.
Sir, plastic bottles. My name is Omtimi show video no chira plastic bottles way. Indian company be. Papa nisi wanya 90 years. Wabre oko enti menyonku bi na se me miyanko hwe se metwa na me nim ene ye koy na ye koy no bi ju ona me hwe plant ni inside Ghana for etiti ho na mo ye adwuma na I was so impressed and under normal circumstances can make me aye feasibility studies research investigation by 3 months and son metuanica but I'm sure send ya Ghana for no eti ho eye adwuma me ko tie wo ma no sa bottle way and your certificate bibia Ghana for enco school machine here no mo so pack yam pan fu an jabaka tro se ko for certificate bibia on time wo the show ya papa and I'm saying matro metuaka metua $3,250,000 $3,250,000 no e fa workers Ghana for year 345 and India for maintaining machines no so 15 na me kesi asem so me twom adwen aba bibi so mimi na me dia man fan koto asase wo cantonments uto asase wo cantonments a 1 acre $3 million uto na de to how many workers now create here how many workers and now create here mimi de me 3,250,000 I create employment for 345 Ghanaians. Now, obi didn't do koto asasi. No asaba asasi we ye media. Asasi we ye media. As Abraham asam sobe. Asam sobe. The biggest challenge I war.
Okay, so let's move on to other matters because this particular issue, it is a very big issue. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it is indeed 8 months into his administration. So the question is, Oban say reset agenda, or so about Sanema, or promise a whole lot of things. The big question is, what has he really achieved? What has really changed? Now, Dr. Bawumia believes that nothing have changed because the campaigns is here. The message be about betum bonting. A message and the campaign Bawumia campaign be about betum bonting is a Ghana for. We showed you say the John Dramani Mahama administration administration be a fraudulent administration. Administration be basically they don't know what they are doing. It's an administration they are coming to steal Ghanaians, they are coming to loot the state and then that one. Now, this particular and some question, a video question was made, and this particular pronouncement was made during a recent engagement speech and a program, event, a course. So now Bawumia and then a pound for what I said. The question I know mu posing is we told you guys, he's just hungry for power because Obia said you Ghana Shena from as is it Mahama cry according to MPP almost say Mahama a Juma efin a Juma cry no on Apple a bida. Need the any say government na we did mo abepmene obi or start as a area coordinator obey assemblyman obey MP obey onimhwe what you say ha into at the end of the day no a government here na spoon feeding na ama na wabedu bibi a why we do now wetime do bibi a we do no so a na chese pay you obekọ ama obi abeye Ghana yie no o se de bi da on rankasa opeso owo ho na opache say within this particular few months NDC for aban obi sa Ghana for you and me yeah you see but Mahama is come to do a certain reset and there no problem we say Mahama be reset no he show bottom ne bisa won say has your pocket resetted? Ubutom has it resetted? Yenko share this particular video involved because it is something that the Bawumia campaign believes a message be the Ghanaians and Ghanaians in particular no I was so much say MPP and the NDC administration they've always been a fraud.
And now me no can say 2024 ye call ye nyina nim de see me chefa omubi wo o chefa omubi. And the party here and Kabomu. And now me no can say 2024 ye call ye nyina nim de see me chefa omubi wo o chefa omubi. And the party here and Kabomu and the kasa de ye here kasa ye betimi de atwe dom said ye no 2016 ye no 2000 no ye betimi asa ye biem. And now me no can say party ni de enyan hu de omode ba o ye de ye wo bia ya so na hwe ye so ne hwe ye no ye nyina nya agide woni mu me se December enche yo mu nya agide o me mu okumawu edi machi me ye campaign ye de papa ahobrase ene ne ngumanim ene ye campaign ye to abawe e bosome nwatwe pe ana atwam e de na asesa. And now me no can say Jidi aminya woni mu amede ya campaign man no sa Jidi en free ho 2028 MPP ye wo enipa num finish line ye do mo abesi ho when the betimi a kira finish line no when ya market no e wo Ghana ha ene okọ mi krom kumawu bodumase a Abrewampo wo Edubwahi t-shirt. Ewa Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo t-shirt. Uko fie bia mu a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia t-shirt wo ho. Yeah, she show be the nakwa. One on the t-shirt wom. Why ana waye bia me hu? Papa, ya the nakwa every 2008. At the nakwa 2012. At the nakwa 2016. At the nakwa 2020. At the nakwa 2024. If you be name a dean way our Ghana. Enti me the idea about cross the finish line or no one why. Enti me can for ye rap Bawumia at the ama obibia or war ye search resume her. Menim say search resume ya ye bida. Ye besa ye biem.
So yeah, that was a MP before more argument or more can say uti say more or can't say or kasa about Bawumia or patch say more kasa ena Mahama ba be yiwi. Mahama ba ye busumi watch it again asesa. What has changed? Hey, who I was share me or say ubisa or say name just 3 things Mahama ye. Uti me name me. Ahoche sisi anoti unenama obete I regret it. Ni amfa Akufo-Addo sa no ka. Share extensive video now. So clearly, you could see clearly say a year MB4 air party say, Nipa Obitima handle the country better. Obitima handle the country in all certain things. Obitima ma country with fresh ideas. And you be Obeka so your friend is saying Momaye, Yebemamu free, Yebemamu 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy you know. Most mobile power, MP4 bar power within a year, within just some few months. Now on my free SHS. As I say, but NDC for mobile almost the your friend is saying 24-hour economy where China and is here the Israel and Palestinian war. And on they be. This is a party who doesn't have a vision for you. This is a party who doesn't know exactly what Ghanaians want. And according to them, Nipa or what the mindset, or what the vision, or what the tenacity to lead the country to another sphere. Hey, Dr. Bawumia. So that is exactly what they are saying currently. Ono dia wakanism. He said his part. As to whether say me no bejia to ni die well, it lies within a Ghana for or Mabobuano. And also what will happen within this particular next 3 years in Mohammed's administration. Zanku tipa pay ne no nsem ba ebe to aso.
And now me no can say 2024 ye call ye nyina nim de si ye me chefa wo mu bi wo chefa wo mu bi. And the party here and kabo mu and the kasa de ye here kasa ye betimi de atwe dom said ye no 2016 ye no 2000 no ye betimi asa ye biem. And now me no can say party ni de enyan hu de omode ba o ye de ye wo bia ya so na hwe ye so ne hwe ye no ye nyina nya agide woni mu me se December enche yo mu nya agide o me mu okumawu edi machi me ye campaign ye de papa ahobrase ene ne ngumanim ene ye campaign ye to abawe e bosome nwatwe pe ana atwam e de na asesa ena me ne wo ka sei Jidi amenya woni mu amede ya campaign man no sa jidi en free ho 2028 MPP ye wo enipa num finish line ye do mo abesi ho when the betimi a finish line no when ya market no e wo Ghana ha ene ukomi krom kumawu bodumase a abrewampo wo Edubwahi t-shirt e wo Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo t-shirt uko fie bia mu a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia t-shirt wo ho ya hwehwe obi de nakwa wana ne t-shirt wom wan ana waye bia me hu papa ya de nakwa every 2008 at the nakwa 2012 at the nakwa 2016 at the nakwa 2020 at the nakwa 2024 if you be na nim edin we our Ghana enti me de odi aba cross the finish line no ono ana wahai enti me kanfo ye wura Bawumia ɛde ama obi bia ɔwɔ yɛ search zone mu ha menim sɛ search zone ya ye bi da ye bɛsa ye biem.
Right, so that was the issue, so let's move on to another issue. So Abraham Enoka say, Dr. Baumia or the Nsimbi Ababe Tuja. Now Dr. Baumia some of the Ababe Tuja and Eyitia. What he's saying is so simple. Dr. Baumia argument in the air patches. Sisia no Ghana for Bibre omo per rich ideas, on nipa or bit member sesa Ghana shebre. And one of the major concerns are or tete ebra okwa prabo in the northern parts, in the southern part, the western, the eastern parts. No, one major concern no import duties. And you know His Excellency and the former Vice President Dr. Baumia party said when he comes into power, he's going to introduce something a friend the free ports. Or by say Ghana has say ports no a free port entry no I say back or by say they be we have various positions a bit my then akle goods near clear goods cry now duties near ma a war a year duties and taxes a war goods are air and commit maybe be afa now omuka dadro mu MPP for we say no it is one thing Ghana for per year. So when he and his administration come into power, one thing on Bayern say they will actually clear off all of these import duties and stuff. Now at the end of the day, no, Ghana for omudija, Ghana for mokraniema bano. At the end of the day, no, omitimi enya omasunju. He said this during a recent program or Yankwa share exactly what he really said and how also the NDC parties also responding to this issue.
Me pese nyamia adoma me beboa businesses pa ewo Ghana ha said Accra Ghana ye were one duty free zone pe ewo Tema, only one ewo Tema. I'm changing that. Every regional capital will become a duty free zone. Every regional capital. So Kumasi will have a duty free zone, so will Takoradi. So and then when we say businesses in the duty free zone, no, they will expand, and then it will create jobs. Jobs there, me wa dream be say me de beba. Give me the opportunity. Yeah, the jobs, no, ebe bremo. My chiremo dada. What I can do, I will do more.
So that is exactly what is really going on. You could see, Baumia saying, he has this particular rich ideas or Nema at the end of the day or the bar, it can transform and also terraform this particular country. What we live to see, what will really go on. And you know, as I now the T4, we also thank you so much for joining us on this particular platform. We have more updates as when most of these issues they are bremono as details continue to unfold.